MotorStorm's always been about offering messy thrills over some of the more refined action of some of its arcade racing brothers. Chaos is at the core of the experience, and it's a series that revels in killing you again and again and again. Apocalypse sends MotorStorm's world literally crashing to the ground, but in doing so, it takes evolution's formula to a natural conclusion. Here, chaos reigns. A thinly disguised San Francisco hosts the MotorStorm Tour, and it's fast turning to rubble, and now the challenge comes from the environments as much as it does your fellow racers. Racing games and storylines go together like slugs and salt.
Carter, are you ready?
But Apocalypse has a crack at getting the two to play nice together. It's got an excellent sense of progression through its single-player festival mode, though that doesn't come from the animated cutscenes that thread through each of the 3 different rider stories. These are best watched with one hand over your eyes, the other stabbing the start button in an attempt to skip these atrocities.
Hey, want a magic nut bar?
Its real achievement is in giving every race a sense of context. Each rider's story takes place over 3 days, and each offers different perspectives on the tale of a city that's eating itself in increasingly spectacular fashion. There's a defined start, middle and end, with each story bookended with mad dashes to and from the MotorStorm carrier. And while its cutscenes aren't up to much, at least the action's comparable to some of Hollywood's more explosive moments. When things blow up in MotorStorm Apocalypse, which they do frequently, they do so in style. Even as bridges buckle and skyscrapers collide, the frame rate remains smooth, and the amount the game throws onto the screen is an achievement in itself. MotorStorm Apocalypse can be a victim of its own ambition though. Visually, it's a little rough around the edges, and the fact that its riders never seem to be really part of the action subtracts from the spectacle. It also has a slightly detrimental effect on the way the game plays. Even at their most serene, the MotorStorm games have often been cruel mistresses, and that's true more than ever before in Apocalypse. With so much track furniture falling from the skies, it's all too easy to get inadvertently snagged on the backdrop, and its enthusiasm for destroying your vehicle can become tiresome and a little frustrating. The fellow racer's generosity helps ease the pain, but the rubber banding can be overplayed, especially in the earlier races where it seems impossible not to win. These problems iron themselves out over time though. With a little familiarity, the courses become less treacherous, and as the game progresses, the AI puts up more of a fight, even if the difference between vehicle classes seems muted in comparison to previous games. These problems all but disappear in the multiplayer, and the chaos that blights a single player can make for a brilliantly anarchic experience when shared. Online racing is backed up by a Call of Duty-like perk system that's well thought out, although server problems that have blighted the game since launch make it hard to enjoy them properly. Thankfully, MotorStorm's offline multiplayer is in a class of its own, and it helps that it's a class with depressingly low attendance these days. It's a welcome reminder of how much fun 4-player split screen can be, and it's another feather for Evolution's technical cap. MotorStorm's shift to the end of the world helps distill the very essence of what this series is all about. Racing through the rubble is unpredictable and thrilling, but some of the rougher edges have also been amplified. Its ambition can push the game beyond the limits of frustration, though it also gives rise to some spectacular moments that help make this an experience that, while flawed, is brilliantly unique.